everyone, it's me. I'm gonna do another episode of Bake With Me from Mi&Stu Foods in Montreal. Today we're gonna make homestyle bread, which is tremendously versatile, easy bread to make and easy bread to eat. And I'm gonna show you how to use our Mi&Stu bread mix for homestyle bread to make 3 applications, the actual loaf of bread. I'm gonna try my hand at making some baguettes. So I haven't made them in a while, so we're gonna see if I remember. And also the dog is barking, and also I'm gonna make some buns with it, so if you want to make hamburger buns, it's a great recipe for hamburger buns. Blah. Hamburger. Anyways, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my water for my yeast. Can you see me like all the way over there? I have one of these thermometers, which is great for testing the temperature and also for stuffing things, but I don't do that. So I'm aiming for my range of 105 to 110 degrees, and the way I like to do it is I put a little extra in, I give it a shmoo, and then I will pour out whatever. I'm at 104. This is actually pretty good. With your kit, you will get the sugar that goes into that water, and you will get the amount of yeast that you need that goes into that water, and I'm gonna put it in there and I'm gonna stir it up. And now we're gonna have to wait for the yeast to rise. My yeast is a little clumpy, so I'm gonna give it a little. I'm trying to heat up the area above my stove because I want to proof all my stuff there. I don't have my second oven available because I have 2 ovens on, because the baguettes bake at a different temperature than the breads. So what we decided to do on my daughter's suggestion was I put some pots with water on my cooktop, and I'm heating up that area now. And as you can see, I don't know if you can actually see, maybe she's going to show you. My yeast is ready, nice and bubbly. So I'm going to start with my eggs, which I opened up, cracked into this before, in an attempt to maybe go a little quicker for you, because, I don't know, maybe you think I drag on a bit in this video thing. I don't know. You're going to have to provide some oil, small amount of oil, and the eggs. We suggest apple cider vinegar in all of our breads. It's one of our ingredients. Water and the flour mix. I'm going to put the yeast in, which is nice and foamy and bubbly and such like that. That goes in. Make sure that all the little doodads at the bottom go in too. So you can see it's a pretty big bowl of dry, because it's a recipe for 3 breads, but I'm gonna make 1 bread, and I'm gonna make 2 baguettes, and then the rest I will make burger buns with. So everything's in my mixer now, and I'm gonna start it. And then, as it's mixing, I'm gonna add the water. I haven't made this bread, I think, in 3, 4, maybe 5 years. So, like I said, let's hope for the best. If I remember correctly, when you handle this batter, it's good to keep your hands wet, like I suggested when you made the vegan buns, because it sticks to your hands. But if you keep your hands a little bit wet, not soaking wet, it makes it much easier to handle. And again, if you wear gloves, also, you can keep them wet. It's a really homogeneous kind of batter. You can see I have a little cup of water here, which just makes it easier to get everything off of the beater. I'm a use my hands kind of person. When I went to school and I majored in fine arts and I took painting class, my teacher would get very frustrated with me because I like to paint with my hands. So she would always say to me, no, you need to use your brush and for a technique, and I never wanted to use my brush because I always found it really hard to use my brush. Oh, hello. We have a child who is awake now, and he's very discreetly trying to take things out of the pantry. With great success, it seems. So typically when you buy one bread's worth of dry mix, you will not have to measure because you'll have one bread in that bag. But because I have more than one bread, I need to measure. So it's about 750 grams when it has everything in it that you're gonna put into a pan for a bread. I sprayed the pan earlier, so it's all ready to go. And my bread looks like this before it goes in the oven. And I'm gonna just put it over here with all these crazy pots. And I'm gonna turn off my cooktop so it can start to proof, because it proofs for like 20 minutes. So I'm gonna start that on this timer so that doesn't overproof. You never want your breads to overproof. If they overproof, then sometimes they cave in. So it'll get really, really, really big, and you put it in the oven and it implodes on itself, which is a sad state of affairs. Okay, I'm gonna try to make baguettes the way that we used to do them at the bakery. So, which you can try at home, or you can look at and say, I'm never doing that, forget it, she's crazy. So each baguette is a cup of batter, and I put it onto a piece of sprayed plastic wrap. And then this is the really fun part, and it's very, very messy. You wrap it around like this, and then you just kind of play with it a bit to get it to be the length that you want. I guess this actually isn't that hard. I don't know why I remember it being much harder. And then I have a baguette tray, which is, I know, really fancy, and not everybody has them. But when you own a bakery, you have stuff sometimes in your kitchen that other people don't have. So you're gonna take your rolled up dough and you just unroll it into the pan. You can reuse the plastic wrap for the next one, which I didn't remember, and now I have another piece all ready to go, and I feel bad not using it since I've already got it all ready to go, and maybe it doesn't have feelings, or it does have feelings, but I'm not going to test that right now. So, I'll take another cup. So I'm going to let these rise for actually 40 minutes. I'm going to put them over there, and I'm going to set a different timer. I don't have a double timer. Double timer! And now I'm back. Now I'm going to make some hamburger buns. So for that, I would use a half a cup scooper, which is not this, which is in fact this. And it's very much like the vegan buns that we made in the vegan bun video. If you haven't seen that one, you can check that one out. You keep your hands nicely covered in water, but not soaking wet. You make a ball, you give a little throw. It's really very, very simple. Like I said, very good if you're feeling aggressive or angry, because you can just toss those babies around, and you know what I'm saying? So the buns will bake at the same temperature as the bread, but the baguettes will bake at a higher temperature and will bake for a different amount of time also. And they rise for a different amount of time. There we go. There's two. Everybody left. I'm all by myself now in my kitchen. It's just me and you. I'm so lonely. No, I'm not. I like being alone. It's good. Well, I'm not really alone because my daughter has a basil plant by the windowsill that she named Banad. So he's keeping me company right now. But other than that, it's really just me and you and the buns and the baguettes and the bread. Okay, so I'm all finished with my batter. Those are my lovely buns. I've never said that in my life. Just gonna wash my hands, and then I'm gonna set them to proof. They proof for about 20 minutes. And I'll see you back when things start going into the oven. It's beeping. Okay, bread's gonna go into the oven now, and it's gonna bake for 55 minutes. Our little proofing area here seemed to work because everything indeed is proofing. This definitely got bigger. See, it's bigger. But the nice thing is it's all one recipe, and it's really kind of easy because in the package, you're gonna get the flour mix and the yeast and the sugar, and all you're gonna need to add from your house is some water, some oil, whatever you like, canola, sunflower, olive, eggs, and apple cider vinegar. And it really mixes up really easy. The dough is the batter dough, however you want to call it. Not hard to work with, and especially if you're making a bread, it's like you'll just empty the bowl right into a bread pan, proof it, bake it, viola. When things start coming out of the oven, we'll touch base again. Alrighty, see you in a bit. So these guys are ready to go into the oven, and I guess I lied a bit because that's the timer. That I wasn't going to say anything between before and later, but it's now. And I decided that I forgot to tell you that before you put your baguettes into the oven, it's a good thing just to let a little mist go over them. It'll give them like a crunchier top, which, what's a baguette, right, if it's not crunchy? So now they're going to go into the oven.
A few moments later.
The buns are coming out of the oven. Oh, they're huge. Hold on. They're gorgeous. So I had a little trouble forming them, it seems, but they'll be very nice for a barbecue. Look at them. They're beautiful. There we go. This one is a little misshapen, but we're gonna love it anyways. And this one is for a tiny little, it's like a slider. I'm a little out of practice, and I'm pretty happy with what I got. Look at these babies. Oh, see, they're kind of crunchy on the top, which is lovely, which you could also spray your bread and your buns before you bake them if you want to have this kind of a crust. So these really look nice. Anyways, I hope you're all doing well, and I really appreciate your watching our videos, and I hope that they help you in your kitchen and make your menu different and varied so you're not bored in your kitchen, because that's terrible. So you can like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Send us comments on any platform. Stay happy and stay healthy, and keep your eye on the prize, which is happy and healthy. And my beeper's gonna go off on my oven. So I'm gonna put these babies on. As with most of my products, I like to take them out of the pan right away, otherwise the bottoms get a little bit sweaty. And nobody likes a sweaty bottom. I think we've discussed this before. And there she is, my beautiful homestyle bread. Once it's cool, I'm gonna slice it up. It's great for sandwiches. It's great on its own. It's great as toast. It's great for French toast. It's great for any application. You can make croutons with it later on if it ends up that you don't want to eat it as bread. And you can make garlic bread with the baguettes, and the buns you can use for any kind of a burger. You can put them in a panini press. So many options. Let me know what you do with this stuff, because I'm curious. Have a great day. Bye now.